So the honest truth is that I have been always scared of sketching, and that had been the biggest regret in my architecture career. And that's now totally changed since I bought an iPad and an Apple Pencil. Now I am almost sketching every single day in my life, whether it is for work or uni or even for myself. The iPad has made sketching so frictionless that it's always very easy to carry it around and start sketching while you're waiting for something or sitting in a train. So if you want to know how iPad can help you with your work or study similar to how it helped me, stick around until the end of the video, as I will share with you 3 amazing things that you can do with your iPad and the best apps that can help you in each of those. Hello friends and welcome to the channel. My name is Amir and I'm a 5th year architecture student at the London School of Architecture, and in this video I want to talk about how iPad has helped me in my architecture education as well as work and my personal life. So in January 2021 I bought the new iPad Air with 64 GB of memory for £597 along with an Apple Pencil for £119, primarily to use for sketching and note-taking. It has been 15 months since I have been using the iPad and Apple Pencil. At first, I didn't have a clue how much it could make my life easier, plus building up my confidence to sketch more. With that being said, let's now talk about the experience of sketching with iPad. iPad's sketching experience is remarkably similar to drawing on a paper. Sketching is simple and fun because of the way that the pencil feels in your hand and how the iPad recognizes pressure when you push the pencil firmly on the screen. You can make this experience even more like a pencil and paper sketching by purchasing the paper-like screen protector, which adds a little texture to your iPad's screen and creates a small amount of friction when sketching with your Apple Pencil. There are so many different apps for sketching, but the one that I personally use and love is Procreate. Procreate is a 2D and 3D drawing app, meaning that you can import your 3D models to sketch on top of them and even place them in real context like your desk or your wall using its augmented reality camera. In terms of 2D, Procreate offers a variety of tools, brushes and settings in one place that you don't really need any other side apps for what you need to accomplish. I use Procreate to sketch ideas for client presentations at work, mainly because sketches are usually a big part of our presentations, as they allow the client to speculate on the ideas that we are proposing rather than to see them as a final outcome and product. Using Procreate has allowed me and the team to create a system behind sketching where all the elements of each sketch are drawn in different layers, which makes them very easy to edit and modify according to client comments. Procreate allows us to put the imported views in a separate layers and fade away to be able to sketch on top of it in another layer. The layers work quite similar to Photoshop layers, and in fact you can even export your file to Photoshop in order to maintain its layers and settings. In brushes, you can find your ideal brush among many default brushes that are available in Procreate once you install it. Or you can even download your own brushes if you want to. You can even play with brushes thickness as well as opacity until you get to that quality of pencil that you like it to be. When you are done with your work, you are able to save it as Procreate file, which saves the open layer file with all of its settings. You can also save your file as PSD, PDF, JPEG, PNG, and TIFF for different purposes. So another cool app that I want to quickly introduce is Mental Canvas. Mental Canvas is a drawing app that allows you to draw in 3D and create animations. Although it is really cool for architecture presentations, as you can show different sizes of a project in sketch quality, but I haven't personally used it yet, but I plan to do so in the near future. Mental Canvas is also amazing for visual artists and illustrators as well. So now let's talk about the note-taking experience with iPad. iPad is also an amazing gadget for note-taking as well. It's very lightweight and thin, so it makes it very easy to carry it around to any lecture and wherever you go. You can even buy one of these keyboard cases for your iPad, which will add a bit of extra weight to it, but it almost transforms it into a mini laptop and makes typing so much easier. I use a free app called Notion for note-taking, which is one of those few apps that has absolutely changed my life. Notion is not only a note-taking app, but also a workflow and productivity app, which can be used by individuals as well as companies. I use Notion for multiple purposes such as managing my YouTube workflow, managing my side projects, planning for my trips, and note taking for both uni and work. There are so many features and tools which allow you to do almost anything within the realm of note taking and designing workflows. All the way from creating databases and timelines to very simple note taking, Notion is going to be your go-to app, and the great thing about it is that you can access your notes from any device that logs into your Notion account, even from your desktop or your phone. Now, the third amazing thing that you can do with iPad is reading. If you are someone who reads Kindle books or articles, iPad is going to be life-changing for you, as you don't have to look at your small phone screen all the time when you're sitting in a tube for hours. I'm one of those people who cares so much about aesthetics and sensual side of things, so therefore I want to tell you that you won't regret switching to reading books with iPad, as it's just a very nice experience that also encourages you to read more books. I have my Kindle app in my iPad, as well as apps where I read daily articles from, like Medium, which is an amazing place to find articles written by interesting individuals. Blinkist is another great app that summarizes books in 10 to 15 minute reads that you may listen or read to absorb the book's main points in a very short period of time. Unfortunately, there are not so many art or architecture books in Blinkist, but it's usually good as it offers a wide range of book titles in so many categories and subjects. So finally, I want to say, if you are an architect or an architecture student or a student in general, iPad is going to help you in many ways. You don't have to go for the expensive iPad Pro option, and instead you can buy the cheaper iPad Air, which really does the job for you, and you won't miss out on anything much from not buying the iPad Pro. Let me know about your experience of using the iPad in the comment section, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, as I will be sharing in-depth tutorials on using apps like Procreate and Notion, which both help me so much with work and uni. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and see you in the next video.